A very big welcome to you, my dear Sagittarius, and of course a big welcome to the other zodiac signs that are here for an inspiration. So the sun now is in Cancer and the moon in your sign, and I'm using the moon cycle as the subconscious that brings me the information. So we're gonna see what is the deck that I gave you saying. You're getting the 10 of Pipes, the 10 of Wands, Saturn in Sagittarius. So Saturn is not in Sagittarius, Saturn is in Aries. And Aries is like you, action-oriented personality, but you're even more action-oriented because you're the knight. You want to do what needs to be done. Now she is showing this child how to do things, how to survive. And I think this is what is talking here, the survival now of how we're going to survive the heat, how we're going to survive all the things that are attacking us in this dimension. And I think you are supposed to learn more about survival in general. We should know how to make things, right? We should be able to survive in the wild if necessary. I think it should be part of every child's education to know how to make a fire, to know how to eat the plants, right? And I feel like there's something fundamental coming here. So we're going to look first at the deck that I gave Saturn. And then we're going to look at Aries. We're not going to look at Sagittarius, at your deck. We're going to take the deck from Aries. And so now Saturn is bringing the Hanged Man, Neptune. And Neptune is also in Aries. So we're going to pick Aries. And she is open herself up. She is reversing herself. She is hanging upside down. It's like a yoga pose, fashionable yoga pose. And it's interesting, right? She wears the yellow top and the background is yellow. And it's almost like that's the sun, the survival. How to survive, right? So the 10 and the 12 is the 22. That's the Fool. That's Uranus. And Uranus is in Gemini. And Gemini is the communication. Gemini is bringing us the information. And you see the 3 pyramids. You see the third eye, right? You see the symbolism they use everywhere. And sometimes for negative things, but also for positive things. So they make it negative so that you are scared of it. So you are not approaching it. And the 22 is a master number. In the 22, we see Uranus as there is a freedom in opening yourself up. There is a freedom in letting go. And she has white hair, right? And white or gray hair means now you're becoming wise. That's why I have also my white hair out. It's like I would not want to color it. Why? What for? But I can also calculate the 12 into a 3. The 3 and the 10 is the 13. There's a transformation happening right in here. So accept it, right? And then the 13 turns into the 4. So you can either have a 22, which I get, when I calculate that together, I get a 4 too. But the 22 stays, and we go always down to the single digit numbers. And then the 4 is more a stability, is more a moment of like, okay, I got it. I have arrived. So let's see what Aries is saying. Because Saturn brought Neptune, and it's saying those are together in Aries. And Aries is someone that says, well, I'm using the third eye. I'm using my higher consciousness to move things, right? He begins the sun year, Aries. Aries is like a leader. Aries is also the Old Testament, right? Meanwhile, Pisces is the New Testament. Wow. So we have the Lovers. And this is fascinating because Gemini is opposite of you. So you feel right now Uranus in Gemini, right? That was the 22 that came up. That's the Fool. And why the 22 and the Fool is the same is because we have 22 major arcanas lying there. Yes, it's a 0, but there are 22 when you can't calculate them. So the 22 and here the Lovers, Gemini. So Uranus in Gemini is going to bring you then a whole new awareness of how to work with this love, right? A love that is self-contained, a love that is there. A love that says, here I am, happy. And I hope you recognize how happy and how lucky you are. It's amazing. And the 22nd of June could be a date. Or the 4 and the 6 makes a 10. A new cycle, the 10. The 1 and the 0. The 1 is Mercury. And the 0 again is the Fool. You begin to understand clearly the communication that you bring to the people. Is it a communication of liberation, of opening, or is it a communication of binding people, right? Here she is in the 10 of Wands, which is usually an oppression. But in your deck, these are already filled with solutions. And the solution is to share what you learned and not come into this oppression. And so the opposite sign, Gemini, is now calling you to say, well, learn to communicate, learn to express, learn to share. And the 10 is that new cycle that you are beginning, and that love that you're looking for begins within you. And then the partner will appear. Wow, what a beautiful message, right? Particularly the self-love message, but also the opening. And here the 12 and the 6 is the 18, that's the moon. So the message is coming directly from the moon. And so I hope I see you in the next reading. That's when we get the sun in Leo. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.